Well, recently the Bihar government has launched the caste-based census, which was due for more than a year. So it had been conceived by the Bihar government last year in June, that is 2022, and they had been emphasizing that why this census on the basis of the number of people belonging to which caste is necessary. So they put forward some reasons, and their reasons were somewhat not completely backed by logical arguments, but what I saw was that they had some kind of political motivation behind it. But now, as the results are out, because I mean, what are the results, what are the numbers, so they are now in public domain. So we have got to know that what is the caste that are in Bihar and how have they been taken into account, and which castes have not been taken into account, and why they were not taken into account. That was also told by the additional chief secretary of the concerned department, which is social justice department. So overall, it is headed by the chief minister of the state, that is Nitish Kumar. He wanted this to be happened in Bihar along with the consensus of the other nine parties which were active by that time in 2022. Now, as the results are out, many of the parties are saying that this could have implications which could be beyond calculation, because this will allow the politics on the basis of caste to grow in Bihar. And now there is a demand all across the country to conduct such census. But as the original census, that is the census of 2021, has not been conducted by the central government, which is the duty of the central government to conduct. But due to COVID, due to pandemic, it was not conducted, so it is due. But Bihar government, out of its own resources, they decided to conduct this because 2024 Lok Sabha election is very soon going to be conducted in coming year. So that is 2024. So in 2024, our chief minister has the ambition to become the prime minister. So what does he need to do? He needs the support of the people. That is now a different topic altogether, a different issue altogether. Not I don't want to go into that because the politics goes on, and that is not something which is important right now. I am not saying that that is not important, but what is he trying to do is that he is trying to aim two targets with the same arrow, and that is that he will also be looking forward for the 2025 State Legislative Assembly, which is due in 2025. And before 2025, there is Lok Sabha election, because he has the ambition to become the Prime Minister of India, and he considers himself to be the Prime Minister's, a candidate of that. So, a face of prime ministerialship. So it is good to have ambition, there is nothing wrong in that. Everybody has right to have an ambition, and everybody has right to seek that ambition to be fulfilled. But what is he trying to do is, I think, could be fatal for the future of the Bihar, because this is going to nudge the feeling of casteism in Bihar, and the politics which will be done for 1 year from today onwards will also have implications. And I am very afraid that Bihar has a very bad tendency of getting into such things very badly. they Bihar has been getting engulfed into such issues time to time in the past. So I am afraid that this will happen again, or this, there is a possibility that such things can happen, because the division of the society on the basis of caste is a reality, there is no doubt. But you know why this has been done by the state government is that because state government has not done any fruitful in the past years, because they have nothing to show in the report card. I mean, they haven't worked on developmental issues, they haven't worked on infrastructure, they haven't worked on school education, they haven't worked on girls education. So what will they present in front of the people? They have nothing. So people will ask that what have you done. So if they have nothing, they have come up with this idea, let's try this old remedy which they have, and that is of caste politics, which will divide people and this will create enmity. And by doing that, they will be able to create gaps between the people, and as this gap will get widened, the polling of the votes will be based on caste politics. So a person who belongs to a particular caste will vote only for the particular candidate who belongs to the particular caste. So this is going to be dreadful. What I believe is that because there will be no consideration of any other caste, there will be discrimination, and this is something which our constitution doesn't allow. And if it happens, I think this is the murder of democracy, because our constitution strives to achieve, our constitution has the aim to eradicate the caste system, but it is so deeply enrooted in our culture that we have not been able to get out of it. So how will it will happen? How will it happen? What is the remedy? What can be done? What are the steps that needs to be taken? What are the steps that need to be taken? I don't know, because this is so deeply engraved in people's mind that this is something people cannot come out of it. Even if you go out in market, when you will interact with somebody, the first thing that will be asked that what is your caste. Maybe you can lie at that moment, but reality is that caste is inquired. A person caste is inquired. There is nothing fancy about it. This is a reality and this is a fact, because I have myself been asked this question time to time. On marriages are contracted on the basis of caste. If an intercaste marriage is contracted between two couples, it is not seen as a good practice in the society. Though, what is the remedy that has been given by the sociology in order to eradicate or to end such practices is the promotion of intercaste marriage or interreligious marriage. But this is not promoted because this is a patriarchal society, a society based on casteism, patriarchy, where women are not given rights. But look, I am not pointing out only the shortcomings of the society, but this is something which we need to examine by ourselves, because we are responsible for the leaders, because leaders represent us, they do not represent themselves. Leaders are the representation of the will of the people. But what have we been doing? We have been just doing what our forefathers had been doing. They had been polling votes on the basis of caste, so now we have also continued the same practice. We haven't digressed from the issue at all. Have we done anything? Have we even moved an inch into we have we even moved an inch towards ending that practice? No, we haven't. And even if I try, even if I try, the other, or let's say the opposite party, will not understand. We have a tendency to form an association of a particular caste, though our constitution provides this facility as given to us in the form of fundamental rights. But Does this help us? No, this doesn't help us. Rather, it takes us back to the medieval times. Our forefathers had made an effort to take us out of that old practice. This is a practice, though it comes from the ancient time, but it is our duty to come out of that ongoing issue. Have we tried anything? Have we been doing anything to solve that ongoing issue? Or even if we haven't been able to solve it, have we done anything to decrease it? Rectification should be done by us. Nobody else will come and do that. But I don't know. Now, as the results of the caste-based census came out, now there has been debates going on the TV, that what will be the use of that data which have just come out. What will the political parties do with that? Will that data be used for the formulation of welfare schemes, or will it be useless? So these are very important questions and genuine questions. People have been asking that what will be the use of that? What will be the implications, ramifications? I don't think any leader has been able to answer the question, but they have been, giving the same answer which they had been giving in the past, that the results will, the effect of it will be appearing soon in the future. So let's wait and watch. So what we have been doing, we have been just waiting, and we have been just saying that one day something will happen, but nothing happens. The thing goes on and on and on, and we keep on waiting that we are hopeful one day something will happen, a magic still will come, and somebody will move that magic stick, and suddenly this issue will be ended forever. No, this is not going to happen. Now, I was listening to one of the debates. In that debate, the journalist asked one of the leaders of the JDU that, are you doing this for political gain or not? So the way in which he answered, that was too vague. Neither he was denying nor he was accepting. I mean, who does that? Our leaders do that. And they have been doing this. They have been fooling us, and we have been made fools again and again. So, this is a message to all the citizens of Bihar. Please do not get into it and ask the leaders that what you have done for us, what infrastructure you have built for our future. It is our duty to ask them. If we will not put them to accountability, who else gonna do that? Please understand this. This is our responsibility, our duty. They have been chosen by us. They have not chosen us. They are there for us. They are not for us. We have been following indirect democracy. So they are the manifestation of our will. The social contract theory talks about this only, that there is a contract, unwritten, invisible, but both the parties understand. Now, who are the parties? One party is us, the people, and one party is the leaders. They are representatives, they are not leaders, but leaders are born out of a community. And subjects, we are not subjects of a king, we are citizens of a country. And in India, there is single citizenship. I am damn sure that this demand will arise in other states too. Now, recently I read an article in Indian Express. There, they were talking about why can't we see the whole Northeast as a single state. So they were trying to apply the principle of homogeneity. But is it possible to apply that principle, because Manipur has a very different demographic content? in comparison to Tripura. Tripura is a tribal state, Manipur is a tribal state. The particular tribal state, the particular tribal state has a very different kind of tribal culture. If that tribal culture is compared to the tribal culture of the different state, let's say Tripura, you will not find any similarity. Though they have been living in forest, that's a different thing. But is it justifiable to apply the principle of homogeneity? I mean, how can we erase the boundaries between the states and to consider them one? Now, why the violence was going on in Manipur? Because one community was asking for a different set of administrative powers. They wanted to demarcate the administrative lines for themselves because they had no faith in the administration of the state, because the administration there is being run by a community which is completely different from the community which resides in the forest. Now, there could be some issues involved in which I am not aware of, but this heterogeneity cannot be ignored. If it is neglected, I think that is going to be a very big blunder committed by the government of India. Look, there is nothing wrong in having debates, but when we are having debates, we must know what are the pros and cons of that debate. What will be the ramifications of that course of action? Will it be beneficial for the both the communities or not? This is also a very substantial question that needs to be asked. If the number of benefits are more, definitely it should be done, but the consensus is necessary, because we cannot just go or make a move on the basis of the majority party views. Democracy doesn't work like that. This is not about elections, this is about the future of our community, and our constitution talks about the protection of the scheduled tribes. The schedule 5 and 6, they are dedicated particularly to the protection of the scheduled tribes, and the area has been demarcated that which states will come into that category. There are 4 states. So I am making just a simple point that this caste census will have more bad effects rather than good effects, because this always brings the debate that one day our society will have social justice, but in the name of social justice you cannot do wrong with others just for the benefit, or in the name of personal interest. I would request leaders of the Bihar state not to do this. This should not be done in any way. I condemn that, because I know that what Nitish Kumar has been trying to do will be of no use in next 2 to 3 years. Thank you.